The next set of metrics we're going to talk about is advanced stats. And like I mentioned before, these numbers show value, impact, effectiveness, and overall player production the best. We're going to take a look at 7 key advanced stats. Win shares per 48, which shows the amount of win shares a player accumulates per 48 minutes on average. So how much of an average win do they contribute to? True shooting percentage, which is a shooting split that factors in 3-pointers, 2-pointers, and free throws. Value over replacement, which shows how valuable a player is compared to the average NBA player. PER, which is a stat that standardizes per minute production. And finally, box plus minus, which combines box score stats to provide a value that shows a player's overall on-court impact. And of course, offensive and defensive box plus minus are just the offensive and defensive versions of box plus minus. Both of them combined added up to the total box plus minus. And this is what all the 14 players' advanced stats looks like. It once again kind of sucks that these stats didn't exist back in the 60s, like any of the box plus minus or value over replacement, but we still do have win shares per 48 and PER to judge them off of. It's pretty clear that all of these players have out of this world production, value, and effectiveness, but if I were to re-rank them based on these stats from best to worst, considering eras, efficiency, and just overall the best stats, I would rearrange them like this. I think it's pretty clear that Michael Jordan takes the crown here for advanced stats. The man has the highest win share per 48 of all time, has the highest PER of all time, and the second highest box plus minus of all time. At number 2, I went with LeBron James, who is just a step below MJ in production, but is still amazing. Third, I went with Wilt Chamberlain, who, based off sheerly win shares per 48 and PER, is second and third on our list. And I could only imagine how high his other stats would have looked if they were around at the time. At number 4, I have Kareem, who it may not look like he deserves this spot, but you have to remember this guy was doing this for 20 years, and 5th place Magic Johnson only has about 11 good years. And then Shaq, Larry Bird, and Kevin Durant all placed 6th, 7th, and 8th. What honestly surprised me when finding these numbers was how lackluster Kobe Bryant's advanced stats really are. I mean, they're not bad, but he has the lowest win shares per 48 on this list, the lowest box plus minus, lowest defensive box plus minus. Matter of fact, he's actually negative there. Lowest value over replacement, and has a relatively low true shooting percentage in PER. If you're interested in watching more about this topic, go click on the full-length video linked right here.